Welcome to Spidell's Federal Tax Minute. I'm your host, Catherine Zidane. This week we're talking about the IRS's information return filing portal and some issues that may arise when registering to use it. Get an update on all practice-related news that happened during the year as part of Spidell's Federal Tax Update webinar on January 4th and 5th. You can see what else will be covered in this 8-hour course and register at spidell.com under webinars. The Taxpayer First Act, otherwise known as the IRS Reform Bill, was signed into law on July 1st, 2019, and made major changes to filing and penalty issues. Most provisions of the Taxpayer First Act went into effect on July 1st, 2019, but one provision mandating that the IRS create an online portal for filing information returns directly at irs.gov took effect January 1st, 2023. This online portal is known as the Information Returns Intake System, or IRS for short. Users of the IRS portal are able to enter the information necessary to create a Form 1099. The system allows users to file any Form 1099. They can use an IRS-provided template to upload files and create 1099 forms, download and print the 1099 forms they create so recipient copies can be provided, electronically submit the 1099 forms, correct 1099 forms that were filed using the IRS portal, and request an automatic extension of time to file information returns. In order to e-file with IRS, you need an EIN and an IRS transmitter control code, which you can apply for on the IRS website. However, the transition to IRS has not been without its share of problems. The registration process reportedly can be confusing. For example, one practitioner who operates their practice as a C corporation, where the practitioner is the only shareholder and officer, told us that when registering for IRS, he was told by the IRS system's telephone representative to register as a sole proprietor and not as a corporate officer. This is because the IRS requires two responsible parties for corporations and partnerships, but not for sole proprietors. It doesn't matter that the tax professional is actually a corporation. If there's only one officer, the IRS system requires you to register as a sole proprietor. Tax professionals who are having issues with the registration process should contact the help desk at the number listed on the IRS's IRS webpage, and an agent will walk you through the registration process. Also, tax professionals should register as soon as possible because applications will take up to 45 days for the IRS to process and approve. Remember that beginning January 1st, 2024, the e-file threshold drops significantly. Under final regulations issued by the IRS, electronic filing of information returns is required for taxpayers that file at least 10 or more returns in a calendar year, and filers are required to aggregate almost all information return types covered by the regulations to determine whether a filer meets the 10 return e-filing threshold. Other upcoming live webinar topics include IRC Section 199A, the centralized partnership audit rules, the new mandatory ownership reporting requirements, and what to do when your client receives a 1099-K, and more. For a full list, go to spidell.com and click webinars. That's all for this week. Join us next time for another episode of Spidell's Federal Tax Minute.